Switch to Martin. Now Guido.
That's it long range. He's got it. Dispersed in a Loyal jersey. 1-0 San Diego.
Stadium in San Diego. It has been a sellout the last few days. Loyal SC ready to kick off this season.
Drew actually got a hand on it, and this one will go high and up and in! One more time!
Torero Stadium in San Diego. Professional soccer has finally arrived.
And with that, we welcome you inside of Torero Stadium. Good evening, everybody. I'm Darren Smith. This is Matchday Live. Matchday Live is presented by Union Bank. With you here for the next 30 minutes, we're pitchside, waiting and anticipating San Diego Loyal continuing its home stretch, hosting Las Vegas Lights. You might be wondering already, wait a second, it's usually Jordan the Truth Caruth who's welcoming me into Matchday Live. What's going on here? Well, we saw what happened a couple of episodes ago where Jordan was broadcasting from home. That is not the case tonight, as you prepare to watch San Diego Loyal taking on Lights coming up at the bottom of the hour on ESPN+. That's where you'll find Jordan Caruth. He will be on the call tonight with Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan. That means great news for those of us here on Facebook Live or on the SD Loyal YouTube page, because we get to say hello to the James Milner of San Diego Loyal. Our mate, Nate Abarrea, in the house tonight. How lucky are we for the next 30 minutes pre-match, post-match here on Matchday Live. Nate, you're in the right place. Good to see you, my friend.
I like to do a little bit of everything, Darren. I have eclectic taste. I enjoy emceeing. I love doing a good PA assignment. I love public address announcing. I love calling games on television. But you know what I really, really love? I love hosting Matchday Live with you. I love being with you. Right there, I'm talking to you. I like being here right now, more than anything else.
You out there watching on your phone.
Absolutely.
You on a couch. You either on Facebook or on YouTube. You, that's who Nate Abarrea really appeals to. Well, we got you for the next 25, 30 minutes or so. We're going to get you to the broadcast coming up at the bottom of the hour. It's a pretty important night inside of the Pacific Division, as they all seem to be, with San Diego Loyal sitting in fourth place, still above in a playoff position, getting ready for match day 19. 7 wins, 3 draws, 8 losses. 3 of those losses unusually coming here at Torero Stadium the last 3 times they had played. Lights, 5 wins, a couple of draws, 10 losses, the most losses in the Pacific Division. So they score, they allow a lot of goals. This should be an interesting one, but it's also a very familiar opponent. Nate and I were talking about it before the start of Matchday Live. Las Vegas Lights, it just brings back so many great memories. And not just because Loyal's undefeated, they've never lost against Lights, for what that's worth. Hopefully that's not one of those jinxing things that comes back at us a little later on in the evening. But 2 times this season in 2021, 2 wins, 6 out of 6 points for Loyal. All time, 3 wins, a couple of draws, no losses for Loyal whenever they see Lights. But for me, Nate, and for you, we were here on March 7th. We remember the very first opponent in SD Loyal history in USL Championship was against Las Vegas Lights. So for me, that represents something, seeing Lights take to the field here later on tonight.
Yeah, March 7th, 2020. It's important to clarify that last number in the date there. It almost all kind of blends together, and we asked ourselves at the beginning of this season when Loyal opened up at home against Las Vegas Lights, and we're all back here and everything we've all been through the pandemic and continuing to fight to end the COVID-19 pandemic. But way back, right before, I guess what we call the before times, there was a match with 6,100 people here at Torero Stadium between SD Loyal and Las Vegas Lights, and it ended in a 1-1 draw. A little over a year later, there was another match here at Torero Stadium between Las Vegas Lights and San Diego Loyal with fans in attendance. There were a lot of matches in between those two that did not have fans, and everything that we went through with the eerie behind closed doors soccer era that was the pandemic and the soccer that took place all around the world, no different here at Torero. And it was so eerie that night because I almost remember thinking to myself, I talked with you and Jordan going, did any of this happen? Did the first game happen? Did the pandemic happen? We're sort of back here in this deja vu state, and you alluded to it. First ever home game just the fixture as a whole. First ever home match for SD Loyal in the USL Championship. Loyal against Lights. First ever home win for SD Loyal with fans in attendance. Loyal versus Lights. So it's sentimental, it's romantic, it's special, and it's something, it's a fixture that's always going to hold kind of a weirdly special place in my heart. And I think I speak for a lot of people with that. It's a quirky reason why, maybe not all great reasons why, but at the end of the day, it's a special fixture to me and to a lot of people here in San Diego.
Totally agree. And this is also what you're going to get on Matchday Live, what Nate Alvarez is here and what Jordan's up in the basketball.
Romanticismo de fútbol.
Romantico, this is what we're all about. He and I, we got a lot of text messages where we're talking about football romantico. So yes, that is, and I think you're right. And just behind us here, we were watching the Loyal players, the starting 11 coming up in our next segment, but we were watching the players warm up. And I look at somebody like Charlie Adams, and I think about his role that night, scoring the very first goal ever in SD Loyal history. And Nate's right. That was the first ever match here at Torero Stadium. For what that's worth, for all the years that we waited for professional soccer at this level, finally to have it that night, only to have it cruelly taken away from us just a couple of days later. And then in the pandemic, behind closed doors in a ghost game, the first ever home win against Lights after the 0-4 start this year. Who was it that was next on the schedule here at Torero Stadium? It was Lights. It's a different U.S. legend over there on the Lights bench. Last year it started with Eric Winalda. Now it's Steve Cherundolo, who's a local guy, but still the same. I'm with you 1,000%. I know Lights has a very peculiar way about them with llamas and balloon fights, and I don't even want to get into what they got upcoming this weekend.
Let's leave that one unsaid. You can search out what Lights have in store on a sponsorship level at their home ground this weekend. We want nothing to do with that tonight.
No. We will leave that one alone. But again, the point remains the same. When you see Lights, it brings back a lot of happy memories, even in the short amount of time that we've had San Diego Loyal in our lives. I mentioned it, Nate. This is also one now where, it feels significant. I don't want to, Matchday 19, I don't think is the place for must wins, but in terms of what's happening here at Torero Stadium, we started off well enough talking about the fortress that was being built here in Linda Vista. And since it's been anything but, San Diego Loyal at home, 5 wins, a draw, and 3 losses. Those 3 losses coming in their final 3 times out. You had a bird's eye view of what it looked like. This is number 4 in the standings for Loyal as we look, and also number 7 in the standings with Las Vegas Lights. 24 points for Loyal, 17 points for Las Vegas Lights. Woo, man, that's the closest we ever came to getting domed here by a soccer ball during warm-ups.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. They saved that one for Nate Alvarez. But you had a bird's eye view of it last night, Nate. I'm not a soccer analyst, but I can tell you this. It's hard to score when you don't shoot, when you don't get shots on target. And if there's one thing that really stands out to me over the last 3 home matches, only 4 shots on target over those 3 losses. Yeah, I think testing USL keepers is probably a decent strategy.
And 2 of those were in the first of the 3 losses against Phoenix. So 2 shots on target total in the last 2 games here at home for SD Loyal, both of which have ended in losses. One of the shots, I think technically counted as Corey Herzog kind of bumbling home, maybe with a little help from an opposing defender's shin, just to the goal adjacent to us here on Matchday Live. No, it's you don't score if you don't shoot. You miss 100% of the chances you don't take. You can use any cliche in the book. They have to test the goalkeeper tonight. And you used the words, or you alluded to not wanting to use the words must win this early in the season. I'm gonna put down the first. I'm here on Matchday Live. It's good to be here with you. I'm gonna put down the first firm. I'm gonna call it a full disagreement. I just want to go all in with calling it a must-win. I stand actually circumstantially with this being a must-win game. You can't lose 4 in a row at home. 3 in a row is already far too many for a team that set the standards that they set. You cannot have a 4-game home losing streak. That's unacceptable, and I don't think Loyal are going to let that happen tonight because, you know why? Because it's a must-win game.
Because it is a must-win game.
Because it's a must-win game.
And if Nate Alvarez is saying it's a must-win game, then clearly the players who are warming up behind us, they must feel that energy coming here from the Matchday Live set, that we have declared it a must-win. I'm just,
You felt how I had to tiptoe around it because I get the sensible glass half full, and still we're talking Matchday 19. How could you call this a must-win? Circumstantially, with the stretch that Loyal have had and as tough as it's been, how big would a win be? I think a win would be worth There's some, mathematicians and very technical soccer people who are going to have a big problem with what I'm about to say. But this win could be worth more than 3 points. This is a win that will be worth more than just the 3 points in the standings, the difference between 4th place and 3rd. This is a morale booster. This is a must win. I'll say it again.
I love that. I love that. See, he's bringing it. He's bringing the heat here right out of the gate. That's what we love, having Nate Abarea. Now, what's on tap here tonight? Well, we know San Diego Loyal is hosting Las Vegas Lights. We've already given you the rundown on that. Loyal at home, mostly good, except, the last 3 here have been a little bit of a head scratcher. 5 wins, a draw, 3 losses. Lights away, a couple of wins, 7 losses thus far. So, they have not performed well at all outside of Cashman. But also an interesting night, just the same way that on Saturday we had 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4 in the Pacific Division. Tonight, not only do you have Loyal 3 taking on number 7 Lights, but you also have Orange County taking on Tacoma. So we'll be paying attention to that. That one starts here, just started just a handful of minutes ago. So Orange County on the table, as you saw a little bit earlier, 26 points, Tacoma 24. With the tiebreaker, they're actually ahead because head-to-head matters more than goal differential. Loyal level on points, but behind Tacoma with the tie-breaking rules. So we'll pay attention to that.
I feel like somebody has been studying the USL tiebreaker system over the last couple of days.
Well, when you see goal differential, you sort of automatically think, well, it must be goal differential, but it's not. It's actually head-to-head points. So, that's what also made the match and the loss against Tacoma feel that much worse.
Yeah.
Now Tacoma, by nature of having won all 3 times, shockingly, that they've played against San Diego Loyal, they own the tiebreaker. Maybe that comes back into play between now and the end of the regular season. But that's what's on tap. It's brought to you by Stone Brewing, and this Tacos for the Win promotion is brought to you by Rubio's Coastal Grill. If San Diego Loyal wins today's match, fans are going to receive 1 free a la carte taco. Enter coupon code SDLoyal online at rubios.com or in the Rubio's app tomorrow to get your free taco. Have you cashed in on any free tacos so far this year?
I haven't cashed in on free tacos, nor have I cashed in. That's my stat. I'm 7. I've missed 7 fish tacos, and I've missed out on 2 free car washes as well. So I'm just missing out. You out there, I know you haven't. I'm talking directly to you right now. I know you've gotten your car wash when Austin Guerrero has pitched those clean sheets for SD Loyal. I know you have gotten your taco for the win from our friends at Rubio's when SD Loyal have gotten the wins here at home. So making up for my shortcomings, my lack of fish tacos and car washes. But tonight, you know what? You know what's going to happen tonight? I know you love predictions, Darren. You're a big fan.
That's how I've built my whole career.
Just bold predictions.
Yeah.
You've built your entire talk radio empire out of hot takes and bold predictions. SD Loyal are going to get me a car wash, and they're going to get me a fish taco tonight, and they're going to get you car washes and fish tacos as well. There you go.
Because it is a must-win.
Because it's a must-win game.
Speaking of Austin Guerrero, will we see him in the starting 11 tonight? What changes has Landon Donovan, Nate Miller, what changes have they made? A week in where there were 3 matches from Saturday night tonight, the rare midweek matchup in division, and then of course Saturday against Orange County. We'll get you the starting 11 when we come back. This is Matchday Live. He is Nate Abarea. I'm Darren Smith. Back after this.
Your summer starts here. With big savings on a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer the best time of the year. But don't miss out on all the fun. See your Toyota dealer and catch a great deal today.
Right now, drive home a stylish new Corolla with a low $199 a month lease. Or you can save big with $1,500 factory cash back.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
During this pandemic, many families are worried about visiting healthcare facilities. I'm Dr. Gail Knight, Rady Children's Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer. I'd like to share with you the advice that I give my own family and friends. The best thing that you can do to keep your child healthy is to continue to keep routine appointments like vaccinations and regular checkups. This keeps you, your child, and our community as protected as possible. We are always open, we are here for you, and we are safe.
It's time to get moving with the financial partner that's here for your journey. From small steps to big milestones, USE Credit Union is here for you. With tools to help you bank fast, solutions to help you go far, and a team of dream makers that's ready to help you step forward with confidence. USE Credit Union.
All right, welcome back. This is Matchday Live. I'm Darren Smith. He's Nate Abaurrea. Coming up bottom of the hour, it's going to be San Diego Loyal hosting Las Vegas Lights, another Pacific Division matchup. You can watch this one tonight on ESPN Plus. Jordan Caruth, Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan. They're going to have your coverage in English and in Espanol. You want to do it? I do this all the time. Antonio's been great to me all year. On Azteca America.
Perfecto.
33.
Perfecto, compa. Vamos.
33. So in English or in Espanol,
Eres
it's your
bilingüe,
choice.
güey.
There you go. I'm doing my
Bravo,
best. You
bravo.
can buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, the Adidas collection, some unique designs that you can't find anywhere else at the shop. Shop online today. We're at theshop.sdloyal.com or visit the shop in Mission Valley.
Y ahora en español. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Todo en Espanol?
No. We'll go back. We'll go back.
Okay.
We've already done enough proper bilingualism here on the
Yes.
show. But you can watch the game in both English and Spanish. It is something it sometimes goes without saying. We get so used to it. Not every team has that. And I love the fact that this is a team where you can watch the game in both languages.
I love it also too that where we are here on the west side of Torero Stadium, you can hear it behind us, you can feel it a little bit. It sounds like Chavos de Loyal that are starting to warm up a little bit here tonight, getting set for what is a must-win for San Diego Loyal, hosting Las Vegas Lights. Nate Abaurrea has talked me into that, so I'm going to jump on board the must-win bandwagon, even though mathematically
More
really
than 3 points.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's worth more than 3 points tonight.
For match day 19. I will say though, when you talk about playing here at Torero Stadium, right, and the idea that you're building a fortress, this is the 10th home match of the season thus far, which means 6 more only, 7 away. So you're playing more away from Torero Stadium than you actually are from here on out. So just something to keep in mind. Nate, you were up in the broadcast booth last week. Had a chance to see start from Ali Larraz. I'd love your thoughts on Oliver Larraz, who's back in the starting 11 tonight. And also, we're going to see a little bit of history. History was made last week when we saw Ian Mai step onto the pitch in the 81st minute. He's 16 years old, 250 something odd days. Both of these players are in the starting 11 tonight for SD Loyal.
First off, for Oliver Larraz, or actually I'm going to call him Ollie. We just had Jack Metcalf walked by and said hello. So I feel like that's what Scousers are all about, sort of abbreviating people's names once you develop a liking for them. You know, Allison Becker just became Allie. He's just Allie. So I feel like Oliver Larraz, he's just Ollie.
Ollie.
It's Ollie. Ollie was outstanding. I mean,
Outstanding.
he earned another start. That's what he did. And that was so cool because it was a really special situation with Larraz the other night, or Ollie. You're talking about a player who's already played in Major League Soccer. Something like a half dozen games where he's appeared this season for Colorado Rapids, playing in the first division, the top flight of American soccer. He gets this loan deal to San Diego, and it was such a peculiar stat because that was actually his first professional start the other night. So he's already played soccer at the highest level with a contract for Colorado Rapids, but that was actually the first time that he has started a game that wasn't collegiate or amateur.
That's
was here against Tacoma the other night, and he was outstanding. He was man of the match for San Diego Loyal. Shannon Mack said so, and I firmly agreed. Well, I never argue with Shannon Mack, period. But I agreed with everybody who thought that Oliver Larraz, Ollie, put in a fine man of the match level performance. And the other name you mentioned there, Ian Mai, I say I was going to try to, measure myself with the romanticism and the sentimentality here on Matchday. But you know what? Throw that out the window. That was one of the most special moments that I've ever seen in the 2-year history of San Diego Loyal, to have a player who I got to talk to on a phone call something like 3 months ago. I got to talk to the first 4 signings for San Diego Loyal and got just great anecdotes and great stories from all 4 of them for the players who've come through Loyal Select, who've come through the youth ranks, building from the ground up. And to see Ian Mai go out there and play well, it had me thinking back to that phone call where he's telling me stories of playing in his neighborhood in Mission Valley as a kid and being yelled at by his mother to come back inside to eat dinner, and how he would sneak back out for the night session with the 5 friends who were able to sneak back out. And he would tell these stories of not so long ago, he's only 16 years old, but way back when he was a young kid, where he would be out playing soccer, 8-9 hours a day on the blacktop in Mission Valley in his neighborhood. And now he's coming on in front of, professional soccer fans for his hometown club at Torero Stadium, albeit in kind of a tough situation. I talked about it being packed with duality, where you don't want to see Elijah Martin get hurt. You don't want to see Elijah Martin, a beloved figure here with San Diego Loyal, a fan favorite, someone who's integral to the success of this team. You don't want to see Elijah aggravate a hamstring injury. But if in this bad situation Elijah is going to have to go off injured, that was a nice thing to replace him with. A special, special moment for the club. So get well, Elijah Martin, but also congratulations, Ian Mai. He plays so well for 10 minutes when he comes on, looked like a grown man out there, and now he earns himself a start. He's starting tonight. How about that?
Imagine, I don't know what you were doing at 16. I know I would not have been capable of handling this.
Leave that off the show.
From a level of maturity, that would have, I could even add 10 years or 20 years, 26, 36, probably wouldn't have mattered also. But it's not like he just woke up today and Landon called him and said, hey, guess what, Ian? I'm going to put you in the starting 11 tonight. He had to sleep on this. So imagine what a night's sleep must have been like, if there was any sleep for Ian Mai. Truly a special moment. And again, as you referenced seeing Jack Metcalf walk by, he's somebody who was with Liverpool Football Club. Do you know anything about Liverpool?
I've heard a thing or
when
two
he was a
about
young
Liverpool.
man. Jack Blake with Nottingham Forest. So
never walk
these guys understand what it's like to be a young man, a young human being, and then being involved with professional soccer. Now, Ian Mai gets that opportunity tonight. Nate, I think the other interesting note from the starting 11 is after 3 starts for Austin Guerrero, we are going to see the return of Trey Muse tonight. As a matter of fact, Guerrero not in the starting, not even in the 18.
Not in the 18 tonight.
So Anthony Siaha will be the reserve. He'll be the backup keeper tonight. We're told nothing to that, just a weeknight, and give Austin a chance to sit and absorb it and not think about it from somebody who's part of the squad. But we'll see Trey Muse return. Still 5th in the USL Championship, 55 saves, but after 3 straight starts for Austin Guerrero, we will see Trey Muse back in net tonight.
And Muse back in the start, but Siaha on the backup role tonight, in making his first appearance in the 18 in the USL Championship. And you, unfortunately, weren't here for the friendly against Club Tijuana back in July, that epic celebration of our cross-border community that was 1-0 at halftime. The score, Xolo scored the lone goal of the game, ultimately, in the first half. And who came in to play the entire 45 minutes in the second half was none other than Anthony Siaha. And here he is tonight. I think that performance is the reason why he is, for everyone's happy to see him in that 18. And Austin Guerrero, I'll never forget the video that came out that day of Guerrero being the first player to run over to him. Siaha essentially in his first playing time in a friendly that had as big of a crowd as we've had all season. It was a great atmosphere. It felt almost like more than a friendly in the second half, and Xolos were peppering shots in the second half, attacking towards the passionate ends over there, La Masacre in the house. It was a great atmosphere. It felt like a little bit more than a friendly. There was pressure on the goalie, and he made a number of just blinder level saves. And so I'll never forget that as Trey Muse and Austin Guerrero, the video that came out of both of them going up to him and just dapping him up and congratulating him and saying, hey, way to round off the trio here. Ego out the window. And I'm sure, look, that only goes so far. Guys want to play. Guys want to be the guy. They want playing time. They want to play goalkeeper. That's like, they're competitive. They're professionals. But to see 3 goalkeepers love each other that much and have that ego set aside type vibe when it comes to being happy for each other, I love to see that. And so I'm like, equally, it's cool to see Trey back in the starting lineup, but seeing Siaha on the 18 is a special thing as well tonight. And, you know, you almost hope he doesn't have to come in tonight, because that would mean something would happen to Trey Muse, God forbid. So I just want to be happy when I look at that lineup sheet and I see Siaha on the 18. It's a really cool thing for Loyal.
Yep, Muse, Laraz, Stoneman, Yarrow, Mai, Charlie Adams, Abdelkadir, Ibarra, Blake, Guido, Herzog, that's your starting 11. We'll take one final timeout. Come back, our pick to kick. Plus, somebody brought some bubbles here that needs to be opened. So we'll get to that very, very important routine that we have here on Matchday Live. That's coming up next. Darren Smith, Nate Alvarez. We're pitchside here with SD Loyal.
It starts off with a little seed. And with a little love from nature, it sprouts to life. And when delicious fresh fruits and veggies are perfect, they are rushed to the home of fresh. Sprouts, where goodness grows.
Want a perfect pair of sunglasses for your every occasion? Hit up the Knockaround Custom Shop. With over 1 million possible combinations, why not get a pair for every you? 8 a.m. I need a coffee you. Clocking a few miles you. Game day you. Happy camper you. Fun in the sun you. On the slopes you. Dog days you. Happy hour you. Si se puede you. The Knockaround Custom Shop. You design them, we build them.
I'm not even sure what's happening here, and I know it's fast, but I'm in love with you. We're gonna be together forevs, and I'm gonna keep you looking good, boo. That's why I got you unlimited washes. That's right, we're gonna binge wash, babe. Commit to your car. What are you waiting for?
All right, final couple minutes, Matchday Live. We're pitchside here. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, it is Loyal hosting Lights, a Pacific Division matchup. Nate Alvarez, Darren Smith with you this summer. Chicano Federation presents Kicking It with the Loyal. It's a free 8-week soccer camp that will host 800 children, amazing, ages 5 to 12, at the United States Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista. Soccer camps are open to all San Diego Unified students for free. There are still spots available for the coming weeks. You can apply at levelupsandiego.org. So, bottom of the hour, ESPN Plus, Jordan Carruth and Shannon McMillan, Loyal and Lights. You know the tradition we have here on Pop
Tell me
and
about the
Champagne,
tradition here on Matchday
Yes.
Live.
Well, we're going to see how this works here because, you know, we've put a lot of people on the spot.
Okay.
So, Matchday Live, Nate, it's a celebration. And tonight, we are celebrating Loyal and Lights coming up at the bottom of the hour.
To quote the late, great Rick James, it's a celebration.
It is a celebration. ...
...
And now here comes everybody flocking towards our set. It's time for Pick to Kick.
Salud!
We need players to score and shoot and score.
They have to shoot.
Here
They
are
have
the
to shoot
the
first.
standings for Pick the Kick. You'll notice a very familiar name on top of the standings. This is pure luck here. I've just picked the right person at the right time.
Oh, look at that leaderboard.
A couple of Hall of Famers there on top of the standings, huh?
Yeah, I see one.
Yeah.
I see one Hall of Famer in second place. I see some other folks nestled around, but my goodness, top of the table with 21?
I'm going to go Jack Blake tonight. Now, maybe he's due. I tend to believe it's been 9 games since Jack Blake has scored.
So he's due. You're saying he's due.
I also think Loyal, Nate, they're mixing things up around here. They're wearing their black kits tonight.
Yes.
The last time they wore their black kits was 619 night against Phoenix Rising.
When?
That was a scoreline, a 2-1 win for SD Loyal.
And who
so
scored
the black
that night?
Kits, both goals were scored by Jack Blake, who then got harassed by a bunch of angry Phoenix Rising fans.
He did. But he scored 2 bangers. And did you pick him to kick that night?
Probably.
That must have been where you got, a big chunk of the points this season.
Who else is everybody else picking? I can't even see it.
Yeah. I have an honorary pick.
Yes.
I don't know how many people are picking Guido, but I feel like Alejandro Guido is going to score a goal for San Diego Loyal tonight.
I like that. I like the Chavos, Los Chavos. They're going to go with Toomey off the bench tonight. That could be key. Hey, I will say this real quick, just to put a little bit of strategy into it. It's amazing. This is an incredible stat, and I do have to read it here. Vegas has dropped 14 points from a winning position so far this year.
And 3 of those were here.
Yeah,
that was they took a 1-0 lead in that game this year. They took a 1-0 lead early on a sweeping counterattack, caught Loyal sleeping, and we're up 1-0 at halftime in that game as well. So look out for Vegas to come out hot and see if they can get an early goal. Oh, hello, Landon Donovan.
Just Landon Donovan
Just
strolling
Landon
on
Donovan
by
rolling by saying hello. No big deal.
That's all. No big deal. So enjoy again. ESPN Plus, Azteca 33. Loyal fans, download the free Yuta app and play the San Diego Loyal Prediction Game, a new game available before each remaining Loyal match, and you can win great prizes. You can find Loyal Predictions game in the contest sections at the bottom of the Yuta app. Nate, great job.
Thank you.
We'll see you
halfway
Matchday
there.
Live post-game coming up at the conclusion of the match. We'll give you highlights. We'll get you an interview. We'll have an empty bottle of Frisianet here just for you to gawk at as well. Enjoy the match, everybody, and we'll see you post-game here on Matchday Live. Cheers.